Are we ruining the movie?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Whoa. Spoiler!
What's up, y'all?
Wait, do that again.
What's up, y'all? Timothy Mershon here, and I'm joined by the fabulous Laura Cornelius, who is...
Hello.
She's run her own blog and has had, like, things go viral.
No,
It's
it's
viral.
Stop. It's not true.
Today we're going to do our own review of The Lion King because we saw it once in theaters and another time in the drive-in theater.
Yep.
At the end, we're going to give it our own rating on entertainment and family friendliness. So
Yep.
stay tuned till the end. Let's get started. Rawr!
Life's not fair, is it, my little friend?
Let's start with just general thoughts. What'd you think of it? And then we'll jump into like, all right, let's break down the story. General thoughts.
Okay, go for it.
Oh no, you start.
Okay, general thoughts for the movie. I really liked it. I think they did a fantastic job with the animation. It was incredible. It looked entirely like real animals. I'm sure everyone saw that from the posters and the pictures and whatever. But even all the details of, you probably noticed more of the details, like when it was raining, it looked like water droplets. You should talk about that because that was actually your idea. But like when you said it, then I was like, oh yeah, it's true. It was all, the detail was incredible and absolutely everything. All of the animals' hair, little details in the rocks and the dirt, and like even little tiny gnats that would be flying by.
Yeah.
As if it was actually in Africa. That was really cool just to see that. I also think that they did a really good job with the fatherly and motherly figure. I think they did a really good job with them portraying them as good parents and instilling like good ideas of what it means to be like gentle and kind and be a loving parent. So I thought that was pretty cool. The music, it was all the same songs. They kind of spiced them up a little bit. There's some surprises.
There are a few surprises.
Go watch it. Go watch it. It was really good. I would definitely recommend it. I think it's still the same storyline, but they made it exciting enough.
Yeah. Well, what was interesting was from the old one, they kind of included some elements, but it was weird the way that they treated both films because some things that they had in the old one, they kind of carried over into the new one, but in a unique way. So it was almost like it was kind of a sequel, but it wasn't a sequel. I don't know, you noticed that? Like when he found his stick, it was like...
Yeah, but I don't
he had his stick the whole time. No, it wasn't a sequel, but he had his stick the whole time in the old movie. And this time he didn't get it.
They don't know who he is. The monkey, the baboon, we don't know what it is.
It was very much like shot for shot for the original. So if you've seen the original, you know what's going on. There wasn't any like really...
Oh no.
They had some new things. That was cool. But it was basically shot for shot.
Oh, can we talk about the humor in this video? So
yes.
funny. They had really, really good humor.
We're gonna move to the new segment. Let's talk about the CGI. Because what you're talking about here, and you mentioned this before, was how quickly they can control the weather and stuff because they were filming in a completely CGI environment. So you mentioned this, you talked about the sun and the weather, so talk about that real quick.
I think the detail was incredible. Like they had all of the control over the detail and all that, and that was super great. But then it felt like it was a little too much to have the weather be exactly like representing their feeling. Like, oh, we're gonna have war now. Like, oh wow, like thunderstorms and fire. Like literally the moment they're like, oh my, you come back, and then like bam, there's lightning and like everything's burst into flames, and then it's pouring rain. You're like, like that happened. It was literally sunny like 10 minutes ago. Like, okay, where did that storm come from? So I feel like that was like, it didn't add to the, I don't know.
You felt like it was more distracting than...
It was just a little predictable. Like you knew, even from the beginning, like when the sun came up, I just felt like that was a little too much. So.
And you've seen a lot of sunrises, so you know the real thing.
I do. I love sunrises. They're my favorite thing.
Okay, did you feel like, because this is the term that's going around everywhere is Uncanny Valley. Everyone's going to be talking about this.
Over the past couple weeks, you may have seen the phrase Uncanny Valley thrown around.
And a lot of people have been attributing this to the Uncanny Valley. I'm getting some Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley, do you know what that is? Okay,
Yeah.
so the Uncanny Valley is, it was I'll link to the report below, but it was this article that this professor wrote about how when robots take on human characteristics, we like them more. So, oh look, he's got arms, that's cute, and he's doing kind of human-like things. But as it gets more and more realistic to humans, it hits this point where it's not human, and you can tell it's not human. And so, but it looks really human-like.
Okay.
And so it's just creepy. And so it's this graph that goes up and up and up, and we're like, oh, we like it, and then it hits this human point and it dips really low, and
I
that's
wonder
the
if that's
valley.
because it would be so much like us. Like we already see humans all day long.
Right,
Just
we can
another
tell the
thing
difference.
that-
So yeah, so like he was saying in that article was if somebody had a prosthetic hand that was really well done, you would be like, oh, well, that's cool, like I can't tell the difference. But then if they shook your hand and you felt that there was no bones in the hand, that would be really creepy. So everyone's using it in terms of animation now and saying we're getting to the point where now that everything is CGI, we can still tell that it's not real, and so it's just kind of uncanny. So did you feel like at any point you felt like, oh, this is so fake, or like it just feels weird?
I didn't like the whole situation with the weather,
Okay.
but I don't feel like a lot of other people noticed that. I am
But there
not,
wasn't like
I'm
an
not a fun person to watch movies with because I just analyze everything like, oh, they messed up there, or like that doesn't make sense. Their hair was this way, and then the frame changes, and now it's this way. So I feel like I'm
Notice
super
details.
like analytical, and it also makes it like not fun sometimes. So like for other people, it might be just the feature that makes like that was such a good, awesome part because all of it added to it. But
Okay.
I don't feel like I've answered your question. I think that
It didn't give you bad feelings
no,
or bad vibes.
No,
It felt realistic.
yeah.
Okay.
The
What else can you
beginning
ask for?
felt incredibly realistic. Super good.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the lions obviously don't talk.
I
like,
don't think it fell into Uncanny Valley. I think people are being unfair with that title because we've seen talking animals before. We've seen talking lions,
That's true.
like the Chronicles of Narnia. I felt like
I did
Aslan in
feel
the
like-
Chronicles of
yeah.
Narnia was totally fine, but I did feel like he could have taken more liberty with just the fact that he can control every element of all of the animation. So I'm thinking of the Jungle Book, or not the Jungle Book, Mowgli, and it was made
the movie
by
called
Andy
Mowgli?
Serkis. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
Andy Serkis made Mowgli, and he used a bunch of newer techniques to do motion capture in animals, and he was able to capture emotion and like people's faces a lot better
Yeah, that
in the animals. So I thought that would have been cool if they had
I think
taken
that
more
that's a really
time
good
to
point.
incorporate
Yeah,
ways to show emotion in the animals.
because I hope we've all seen this movie, but when what's the
Go
little
for it.
lion's
Yeah,
name?
Simba.
Simba. Like, okay. I just didn't remember his name. That's all. When he runs away and his dad like literally dies, he doesn't look very sad. Like I don't
Yeah.
feel like that was a sad moment.
His voice is very
I
sad.
was crying, and he's like not crying, and he's like, okay, I'll run away. I don't know. I felt like there needed to be more like sadness
Yeah.
or grief from maybe his mom, Simba's mom,
Right.
or the other
right.
lions. Like I didn't feel like there was enough grief about that.
Right. It's hard to make animals look sad. Okay, so what would be your rating for entertainment value, and what age range would you put on?
I think from like 5 up, I have little siblings, and I think that they would be totally interested in watching this movie. I don't think it was too scary, not too much blood, or
Yeah, no blood.
yep, the language,
no guts.
or like
Nudity.
appropriate, just being an appropriate movie for younger ones. I think it was
Yeah.
really a good family movie. There wasn't anything bad. except for that one word. I don't remember it, but I absolutely believe it's in there. So be cautious about that if you're considerate about that.
So for nostalgia value, definitely high. You go see it and you'll be like, oh, The Lion King.
Yes,
and what's
that's
funny is
true.
I've seen other people talk about they saw it when they were kids and really identified with Simba, and when they grew up and had their own kids and watched it again, they really identified with like the father aspect of it. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
And I've also probably watched The Lion King original one like 1 or 2 times. So don't be offended if my views are crooked. I think it was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, definitely. Go watch it. The beginning scene's beautiful.
Go watch it in the theaters because it's
Yes.
way incredible in the theaters, and then go watch
you
it
get all
out,
the surround
out
sound.
in the drive-in theater because then you get the stars
Or just like
while
hang
you're
up
like in the
a
safari.
sheet and
yeah.
what is it called? I got finished my
projector?
sentence. Thank you. Project it in the backyard. Get some popcorn and pop.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
All right,
Party it out afterward.
there you go.
See you
Join us next
later.
time. We're gonna do the next movie that comes out. Woo!